um, yes, I'm not. I'm not in debt. I'm too young. I'm too young. My parents never put me in that position to be in debt. So yeah, I have nothing to pay right now.
Yo, man, I saw this video and it's going viral, and of course, y'all know I had to chime in. And I want to first salute to the Queen Coco for an outstanding season and simply an outstanding tournament. I mean, she handled herself with class. She played well. She's a sharp young woman. And so Coco, if you see this, man, hey, salute. Thank you for being you. Thank you for doing what you're doing. And thank you for bringing up this conversation, because you guys, there's a lot that we could really learn from Coco and her parents. But very first thing, I want to go back. I want to rewind to about a year or so ago. Coco's father actually stepped down from being her coach and simply said this: as a father, I can't get you there by myself, so I'm going to step aside and bring in someone else who can get you to the U.S. Open, who can get you playing at a level to where you can compete, to where you could and you will win one day. So from the very beginning, this is what I'm seeing from Coco's parents. They're not selfish. They love, they're guiding, they're training, but they're not selfish. They're not saying, I got to do it, I got to be there. No, her father said, I can't get you there, but this person can. And we're going to assemble the right team to get you there. And look at God. But then after that, man, 19-year-old, she just won $3 million. I'm going to say this again. A 19-year-old just won $3 million. And while on her Instagram Live, she is answering this question of what should she do with it. You heard her talk about she's gonna go to Shark Tank and trying to find different business ideas. And I love all of that. But the key thing that she said that I love, and she was laughing about it, but it is so serious to me. She said, at 19 years old, I'm not in debt and I do not have student loans. I didn't go to college. Her parents set her up correctly. And I firmly believe that Coco is going to be a billionaire. Here's why. She's going to keep winning. Here's why. She's going to have more brand deals and more partnerships coming in to where 1 year she'll easily make $100 million. And because at 19 years old, because of the fruit of her parents' lives, because of the wisdom, because of the time of them saying, hey, how do we best set our daughter up to win? Not just on the court, but off the court. Hey, stay at home while you're winning. You don't got to go out there and spend all that money, get your own place. No, stay at home. Get this bread. Now, eventually, Coco's going to need to step out. I mean, eventually. Yeah, I'll give it to 21, 22 years old. Then she needs to step out, get her own place. But right now, she's wise. Because I'm about to show you a play on my wealth calculator that I just want to give you all. It's a basic calculator. Hold on a minute there. Let me do this right here. Let's do this. All right, Jay, go over to my laptop for me if you can. If you haven't been to my website, you're crazy. Go check out my website, because there are a lot of free tools and a lot of free calculators and free resources that's going to help you. Number one, get out of debt, as you can see. Number two, build wealth. Number three, maximize your single season, and just some very quick weeks that's going to help you grow spiritually, financially, mentally, and just whole. But for right now, I want you to go over here to my wealth calculator. And my wealth calculator is something I'm very, very proud of that my team and I put together. So she won $3 million, okay? $3 million. Now, off the rip, she got to pay her team. Off the rip, she got to pay taxes. She got to pay any fees, any bills she's accumulated along this journey. So she's gonna, let's say she walk away with at least 1.7 in her pocket after taxes, paying her team, etc. Right? So she is currently 19 years old. Now, I'm not telling Coco what to do, but if I am her father, if I am her mentor, if she's listening to this, immediately I'm going to divide these funds up. I'm going to put a portion of funds set aside that I can enjoy. Hey, I worked hard. Hey, I went hard in the paint. I want to enjoy something. I may buy a car. I may go take a nice family vacation, or I may go purchase a home. I don't know, whatever that is. I'm going to set aside some money to enjoy. Then number two, I'm going to set aside some money just to give, just to sow a seed, just to tithe, or whatever that is. Then I'm going to set some money aside to invest into the stock market, and then to invest into businesses. So let's just say, for an example, out of the 1.7, she puts, at the age of 19, let's say for an example, she's going to put $500,000 inside of her investment. That's $500,000 out of the $3 million that she won. Now, the retirement age is 65, right? Now, of course, she's not going to be playing tennis until she's 65. But hey, if she can just put this money away, let it sit there, let it grow, use the power of compound interest, right, until 65 years old. Now, once you come down here, as you can see, it's going to ask you, what do you think your annual rate of return will be? Now, I really want to put 10% to 12% automatic calculations in here. But I do understand, let's say 65, and he fixes them right here, 65. I do understand that some of y'all may be, I want to be a little bit more cautious. Okay, cool. So you can come in here and put any number. But numbers have shown, especially the 30-year return of the S&P 500 has been roughly 10 to 12%. So I'm going to go on a lower end and put 10% there, all right, 10%. And how much can you contribute monthly? Now, at Coco State, she can contribute anywhere between $100,000 to $500,000 a year if she keeps winning. So I'm just going to go low end. Let's just say she contributes $10,000 a month on average. This would be about $120,000 a year on top of her $500,000 investment she's going to put in from her winnings right now. Now, I'm sure Coco's going to do way more than that. So again, she's 19 years old. Her retirement age is 65, where she won't be doing nothing. No commercials, no brand deals, none of that. She'll be enjoying her life, enjoying the fruit of her life. She put $500,000 in at the age of 19. She's getting a 10% return every single year. She's going to invest about $10,000. What do you think this calculation will be, right? $115 million. Did her parents not set her up to win? What? Her parents set her up to be a billionaire, because I'm only going off of basic numbers. I know for a fact, at least she got another good 10, 20 years. She got another 10, 20 years. She could put $100, $200, $300, $400,000 into the stock market. She could put $1 million into the stock market. At 19 years old with no debt. With no debt, $115 million. And some of y'all looking at this and saying, well. Now listen, her mom and dad didn't give her that money. Her mom and dad didn't give her $3 million. Her mom and dad gave her a coach to utilize her gifts and her talents that God gave her to produce the $3 million. Her mom and dad didn't spend time saying, hey, go on TikTok and learn the latest dance that ain't making you no money. No. Her mom and dad said, yo, you go to school, get good grades. When you come home, do your homework, and let's hit this tennis court. Let's maximize the gifts and the skills God has given you. As a matter of fact, you're already winning. You're already making money. Don't worry about going to buy a house. Don't worry about going to buy a car. Save your money, stack your money, stay in this house, and work on your skills. Work on your talents. And because her parents said, we want to set you up to win. Watch this. This is good. Her parents identified her strength, and they fed her strength. $115 million. And that's just basic numbers. Basic numbers. Now, I want to talk to y'all, because some of y'all are looking at this and saying, you know what, Anthony? My kid doesn't have tennis. My tennis skills. My kid won't be a basketball player. My kid won't be a football player, but your kid will be somebody important. You will be somebody important. I need you to go to anthonyoneal.com right now, and I need you to look at the debt section if you're in debt, the wealth section if you want to build wealth. But here's the thing. Here's some quick lessons that we can learn from Coco's parents. Number one, parents, don't be selfish. Spend some time looking at your kids' gifts and their talents and their strengths. and help them, even if their gifts, their talents, their strengths are not pointing down the direction of where you wish they would go, the best thing you can do as a parent to set your kids up to win financially is to feed, is to help steward, and to help mold the gift and the skill and the talent that God gave them. That's how you position them to win. That's how you position them to win. It's by doing that. Here's number 2. Okay, they don't have a sport talent like a Coco, like a LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? These young kids are just winning at a very, very young age. But your kid is depending on you to make good decisions. Listen, I don't even have a child yet. I don't even know if I'm going to be blessed to have a child because I got to find my wife first. But because I am thinking ahead of time, one, because I'm not selfish like Coco's father. I already have a 529 with a few $1,000s already inside of that 529. And I'm already investing into that 529 college plan. Because here's the thing, even if my kid doesn't go to college, I can flip that into a Roth IRA for them and let them be now the guardian of that, and they can have that. And by the time they hit 60 retirement age themselves, just my investment over 18 years, if they do not go to college, if they do not go to a traditional 4-year school, because I started years before they were born, then I moved it over to their name. And then when they got 18, it's going to be worth $1 million before they even touch 18 years old. My kids will be a millionaire before they turn 18. My God. My kid will be a millionaire before they turn 18. Simply because every single month I am putting in $250 into my 529 plan. And I've been doing that for a year now. And I'm going to keep doing it. And then when my kid gets older, we're going to just go all the way in on this 529. And I promise you, that's setting your kids up to win. That's not being selfish. Instead of me going out here and buying jewelry and buying extra things, no. I'm thinking about, okay, how can I set my kids up to win? Because I refuse to have my kids start where I start. Watch this. I refuse to have my kids start close to where I start. I want them to be so far ahead of me of when I was their age that when I am in the season to where it's time for me to pass a legacy, I got to throw them an alley hoop because I've set them up so good that they're way out there. Coco's parents didn't have no $3 million at 19 years old. Coco's parents couldn't say they were 100% debt free in 1920. Maybe they went to college. But because their parents said, yo, we're going to help you win. Because if you win as my child, I win. What? So what are you doing right now to set your child up to win? I'm not saying Coco is a billionaire, but looking at how her parents set her up, looking at how Coco is wise and smart, and she's so dedicated and she's so poised. I believe that Coco is going to start businesses. I believe she's going to be investing. I believe that she's going to live way below her means. I believe that Coco is going to enjoy life. But she's only going to make more money now. But because she has wise parents, and simply because we can see the fruit of Coco, Coco is wise. She's going to be a billionaire. Mark my word. Anthony O'Neill said this. Because if she just do that simple play, she's at 100 million. She's going to start a business. She's going to invest into some businesses. That's going to make her 100, 200, 300 million. Coco, by the time, how old is Coco now? And she's 19. I give her 15 years. Coco, so that's putting her at 35, 34-year-old. By 34, 35, Coco will be a billionaire. And here's the thing. Coco has a unique gift that the majority of us will not have. Your kid can be a millionaire before they turn 18. Your kid could be a multimillionaire before they turn 25, 30. But are you willing to put in the work to learn, how to set them up to win. Our kids do not need to start where we started. Our kids do not need to feel the struggle that we felt the struggle. Our kids do need to be aware of the struggle. Our kids do need to have the conversation of what happened with slavery, what's going on with racism, how we were raised. Yes, my kids will understand that, but I don't want my kids to feel it. Watch this. I don't even want my kids to really know it. I want them to understand, but I don't want them to know it. I don't want them to feel it. There's 3 things that I'm doing for my kids, and I'm gonna end right here. I don't know the gifts and the talents that God was gonna give my kids, but once I have kids, and if I have kids, right, I'm gonna identify that, and I'm gonna do everything to help nourish and help build and bring that gift up to its full potential inside of my child. But one thing that I am doing is I'm making sure that if they decide to go to a college, it's going to be paid for 100% debt-free. No ifs, ands, or buts. But the power of compound interest will pay for the majority of it. Now, my wife and I, of course, made investments, but the majority of it will be paid by compound interest. I'm being smart. Start investing. Y'all, listen, go open up a 529 right now and put $25 in it. If you're single and you do not have a child, but you desire children, just go open up a 529, put $25 into it, and you can make your trust. You can make your estate the beneficiary of that, and then tell your estate what to do if you were to pass without kids. But if you just put in $25 in that thing monthly, anticipating a child to come in the next couple of years, you're already getting ahead of the game. And then, of course, when you get a child, you go ahead and you go up on that on your monthly investment, right? So number 1 is they're going to college 100% debt free, 100% debt free. Number 2, I'm buying their first home up until a certain amount. I am going to say, hey, daughter, hey, son, here's your first home. My son will move out. If he goes to school, when he comes back home at 21, he has 6 months to a year back in my house. By 22, he's going to be out on his own, but I'm going to purchase their first home, their first condo, whatever they want to purchase up until a certain dollar amount. I'm purchasing that for them. Number 3, I'm paying for their wedding. I'm going to pay for all of my kids' wedding when they get married. If God allows me to see that day, I'm forking the bill. If I have a daughter and my son-in-law comes, Doc, don't worry about it. I got this. When my son gets married, hey, daughter-in-law family, sir, I got this. Now, if my daughter-in-law's father wants to come in and chip in, we're just going to make sure the wedding is even better. Or maybe they pay for the wedding, I pay for their honeymoon. What am I saying? I'm setting my kids up to win. What do we see with younger people today that's really leading them into debt? Number 1, college. Number 2, weddings. Number 3, homes. And I don't have a problem with mortgage debt, but if I'm in a position to where I can go ahead and purchase their first home and they don't have any debt at all, and they're just stacking millions and investing and starting businesses and expanding in their career fields, that's what I want to do, and that's what happened to Coco. So drop it in the comments. If you're listening to this on podcast, come over to YouTube. Let me know what you think. And listen, if you're listening to this on a podcast, drop me a 5-star if you're liking this type of content, because I really want to jump on here. I love this. And Coco said something that was so good. Hey, I didn't go to school, so I don't have school debt to pay off. And she laughs. And while her laughter is like, y'all, I don't have any debt, it's like people are looking at Coco saying, dang, I wish that was me. And the reason why young people are looking at Coco and saying, dang, I wish that was me, is because we didn't do a good job as parents setting our kids up to win. And we can. Go to AnthonyO'Neill.com. Go in there and look at the debt section, the wealth section, single section. Look at all the free resources. Get all the information, mom and dad. Get all the information, people. And let's do this thing well. All right? Let me know what you think about this video. I appreciate you. Love you. God bless.